Auntie Nordine. Nice to see you. Okay, find your way to a chair somewhere. It's good to have a little bit of space around the chair, a little bit of space in front, maybe a little space behind. Just a little warning this week, I have to teach. I taught all weekend and then I have to teach in the middle of the day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm only going to be doing this today and tomorrow. But then after that, the next Monday, I'll be in Shediac and I'll have nothing to do because I'll be quarantined. So I'll be able to teach every day at 1. So starting next Monday, it's gonna get a lot easier. But this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm in studio teaching. So I will not be here, sadly. Although I do love actually teaching on Zoom. I think I like it more than the studio, which is kind of interesting. In the studio, I'm teaching training and I'm teaching people in the studio and then people on Zoom as well. So it's called a hybrid and it's definitely a lot of work, but I think it's the future of this stuff. Okay, so find your way to a chair. You do not need to be wearing yoga clothes of any kind. You can always find a way to do all of this stuff. As I said once, I think it might be hard to do this in a pencil skirt, but I don't know. I'm wearing shorts. It's totally possible to do it in almost any kind of clothing. And settle your feet on the floor. Just feel the floor underneath your feet. Come about to the middle of your chair. So there's 3 ways to be on your chair. You can be all the way back, or you can be midway forward, or you can be all the way forward on the edge, and we'll use all 3 of those positions. So come all the way back, so about your mid thigh is on the chair, and settle your feet as much as you can on the floor. Close your eyes, settle your hands on your legs. Deepen your breath and begin your process of arriving here in your body. Breathing in and out through your nose. Just notice any effects of slowing down. You might have been kind of running around, doing a bunch of stuff. Now you're slowing down. Just notice that process as your body slows down. Your thoughts slow down. Your breath slows down. Your heart slows down. Your whole nervous system slows down, and then you eventually become here. And just remembering that you always have the option to turn off your camera. So if you want to hit that little camera button, if you don't want other people to see you, you can do that. I love it when people leave their camera button on, but I also love it when they turn it off. It's really one of the great things about being on Zoom instead of the studio. You can do your own thing. Nobody needs to see you. You can practice in your pajamas or whatever. Okay. Take 2 more gentle breaths in and out through your nose. Really concentrate on the feeling of the breath as it enters your body and exits your body. Well, let's move into astronaut breath here. Whenever there's a new person, I like to go back to astronaut breath because I feel like it's kind of the most valuable breath that we do, although I'm not sure if that's really true. But so we'll do astronaut breath in and out through our nose. Astronaut breath was developed by NASA to help with anxiety in space. So it's always the first breath that I teach when I'm doing a restorative class or any class that focuses on the nervous system. And that's what we're focusing on here in this class. We're focusing on the nervous system and the breath. And we do a little bit of flexibility too. Okay, so begin to count the lengths of your breath. Inhale normally, count, see how long it is, and then exhale, count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My breaths are usually about 5 counts long when I'm breathing normally. Take a few breaths, just try and make them equal. 5 counts in, 5 counts out. In and out through your nose, lips are soft and gently sitting on top of each other, kind of touching. Mouth is soft, jaw is soft. 5 counts for the inhale. 5 counts for the exhale. And now that you are used to counting your breath, take a 4 count inhale. Hold your breath for 5 counts. And then exhale it for 7, smoothly. We're lengthening the exhale here. 7 counts out. 4 counts in. 5 counts hold. You can use your hand as a metronome if you like. 7 counts out. 4 counts in. Hold 5. 7 counts out. 4 counts in. Your counts can be faster than mine. Hold for 5. Now that you know what you're doing, you can do it on your own time. Exhale 7. You can change those countings. You can inhale for 3. Hold for 4. Exhale 6 or 7 or 8 even if you've been doing this a while. The point is to lengthen our exhale. Get it as long and as smooth as you can with no feeling of panic. So that 3 count inhale is enough to fill your lungs through your nose. And then you hold. And then you have that smooth exhale, that smooth, long exhale, maybe even going for 8 counts, 9 counts. Those of you that have been doing this since isolation began probably are getting pretty long in your exhale. I know that this breath work has really served me well. Inhale a short breath. Hold for a while and then exhale a long breath, calming the nervous system. I can tell you more about why this works, but for now we'll just do it. You have to trust me. I figure if it's good enough for the astronauts, it's good enough for us. This is a great breath to practice before bed. It's a great breath to practice anytime you're feeling anxious. Let's do 3 more rounds of astronaut breath. See how long you can get that exhale without getting panicky. Keep it smooth in and out through your nose. Mastering your diaphragm. This is what I'm teaching yoga teachers. I'm teaching them about the anatomy of the diaphragm, the anatomy of the breath, anatomy of the nervous system. So when I start teaching a lot like this, I tend to get a little bit nerdy in my classes and talk a lot about anatomy. I'm always nerdy. Who am I kidding? Exhale fully. Long breath. Bring your breath back to normal. In and out through your nose. Notice any difference. So we talk about the state. See if you can notice your nervous system state. We want to soften that state. Let's do a little bit of lung capacity work just because we can. So take a deep inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs as big as they can. And then when you're as big as you possibly can, take 3 more sips of air, blasting out that lung tissue, making it bigger, moving your ribs out. 3 sips. Get your thoracic cavity, your chest cavity as big as you can, and then slowly, using what you learned on the first thing, on the astronaut breath, getting that smooth breath. Now exhale smoothly through your nose. And anytime you are doing this breath work, if you get dizzy or feel anxious or weird, you can open your eyes. That's the first thing to do. So exhale completely, and then the second thing to do is breathe normally for a while. So exhale completely, squeeze everything up, lungs, 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112 Ribs are in, belly's in, everything's in. Squeeze it out like a sponge. And then 3 more times, squeeze that sponge even more. Exhale. Exhale 3rd time. Now release the sponge. Inhale smoothly. Keep it smooth. Check your toes on the floor. Are they kind of clutching the floor? Just soften them. Inhale big. Balloon. Chest cavity gets big, big, big. If you want to, you can even lift your shoulders up and to help that chest cavity get really big. And then when you're at the top, when you can't make your chest any bigger than it is as big as it can possibly be, all tissue stretching big. Take 3 more sips of air, just fit them in somehow. And then exhale smoothly, and remember your breaths don't have to be as long as mine. You can do this in your own way, in your own time. That's what I'm here for, just to teach you. You don't have to actually do it with me, although sometimes it's nice to do it together. Deeply exhale all the way. Squeeze the tissue, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And then when you don't think you can get any smaller, imagine someone's giving you a little gut punch. 3 times. Last round. Deeply inhale, not in an urgent sense, but in a very slow, controlled sense. We are doing pranayama, breath control. Slowly feel all the tissues of your lungs get bigger, the tissues of your chest, the ribs open out. You'll feel some resistance there. What's stopping you? Big inhale, big, big, big. And then when you're as big as you can get, take 3 more sips. Maybe you lift your shoulders, and that's what does it. And then slowly with control, exhale all the way down. All the way down. Till you're as small as you can breathe. Pull your belly button back against your spine. Make everything small. If it helps, you can clench your fist and then exhale 3 times. Return your breath to normal now. Open your eyes. Take a little smile. I was just remembering something that somebody said in class yesterday. I was teaching about the nervous system, and someone in class said, "So does that mean that we're just a bunch of nervous systems all interacting?" And I was like, "Yes, you get it." And then I was thinking about Zoom and like a bunch of nervous systems out there on Zoom. And is it the same when we're not in the same room? It's a very interesting question. Come to the front of your chair. Perhaps interesting only to me. Come to the front of your chair. Extend your legs long in front of you. So we'll go into our sun salute. The first one is the one that's fully seated, probably the easiest one. It's our warm up, and we do it nice and slow. Inhale, our arms overhead. Exhale, fold your chest forward towards your knees. Swan dive your fingers towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine long and bring it parallel to the floor. Crown of your head comes towards me. Use your hands on your legs to do that. And then exhale back again into this forward fold. I had a long massage this morning, very painful. So I am moving very slowly. Deeply inhale, pull your right knee up to your chest. And exhale, curl your forehead towards your right knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine again, pull your knee in. Exhale, come to neutral, rest, place your hands on your knees, drop your shoulders, take an exhale. And again, your breaths don't have to be the same as me. This can be a little complicated at the beginning. Inhale your belly button forward, open your chest, lift your chin. Exhale back. That was cow pose. This is cat pose. Exhale back, belly button comes back towards your spine. Curl your chest into, or your chin into your chest, and then we'll do the other leg. So on the first side, we start with the right leg. On the second side, we start on the left leg. So we're finishing up the first side. Inhale your left knee up. Exhale, curl. Moving the tissues of the body slowly, getting them warmed up. Inhale, long spine now. And we're going to go back to that forward fold. Extend your legs in front of you. take a swan dive, make it delicious. You don't have to go very deep here. Inhale, long spine, half lift, same as we did at the beginning. Use your arms on your legs, make your spine parallel to the floor, long spine, and exhale, fold. We are like detectives now at the beginning, working our way into the tissues with our awareness and with our breath. Inhale, hands overhead, fingertips touch, and then exhale, come back to neutral. That's the first side of the first sun salute. Now we'll do the left side. Inhale your arms overhead, touch your fingers over top. Exhale, extend your legs and forward fold. You don't have to extend your legs. They can stay bent if that's more comfortable. Inhale, halfway lift. Push your hands into your legs, lift your spine parallel to the floor, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll start with the other side this time. Interlace your fingers in front of your left shin and pull your left knee in. Exhale, curl your spine, forehead towards your knee. Notice what that does in your neck and your back body. Be very gentle. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, we're coming back to rest. If you have low back sensitivities, which I think you have, Norjean, you want to be very careful with this work at first. Inhale, belly button forward. It will definitely help. Inhale, belly button forward. Exhale, belly button back. So the moves are very small at first so that you know what you can do and what you can't do. Now inhale your right knee up. Exhale, curl. It's as much an education process as a practice. Inhale, long spine. I guess a practice is an education process. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Watch this. If you have low back issues, you may not want to go down too far. You may want to stay up here. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. But this hip hinging is so great for low back stuff, even if you don't move very much. Inhale up, use your belly. Exhale, neutral. Let's do the one with the lunges. You can still do that exact same thing over and over again. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold forward. We move a little faster now. Our tissues getting warmed up and lengthened. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now you can either go back to lifting your right knee, or you can turn in your chair to the right side and extend your left leg behind you, big lunge. When you get confident, this is also very good for the low back. Exhale, drop down into your lunge. You can use your hand on your chair or your bum cheek is still on your chair. Big inhale. Lengthen that lunge. Exhale, come back to center. Bum comes onto the chair. If you're just doing the first one, regular pose, neutral pose. This one, we have our legs apart. Inhale, belly button forward. Exhale, belly button back. If you're doing the first one, the plain one, you can inhale your knee, left knee up, or turn to the left side, lunge. Exhale, drop down or curl your forehead towards your knee. Big inhale. We're going back into a forward fold. So come to center, extend your legs, and forward fold to whatever point is delicious for you. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up we go. Sun salutations are classic ways to warm up the body before we do longer held poses. Inhale, arms overhead. We're doing left side now. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deeply fold. If you're doing the first one, you pull your left knee into your chest again. Otherwise, inhale, turn to the left. Deeply exhale, curl your forehead towards your knee if you're in the chair. If you're lunging, hold onto the chair, deeply exhale down, inhale long. Exhale, come to center. This is neutral if you're doing the chair one. This is neutral if you're doing the lungy one. Inhale your belly button forward. Exhale it back. I'm holding my legs apart so I get a little bit of adductor flexibility. If you're in the chair, right knee up. If you're lunging, turn to your right. Exhale to drop down. Drop your head towards your knee. Big inhale, lengthen your spine. Everyone is forward folding here. Extend your legs, forward fold. Big inhale, long spine. Big exhale, forward fold. Big inhale up. That's the end of our second sun salute. Our third one, we typically do it with the chair, but we come up standing. So this is an option for people that want to do it sort of half on the chair and half off. And I love the fact that some of you are coming off your chair. It's also awesome to just stay in your chair, especially if you're just starting. Same thing. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You can use the chair for this. Exhale, step your right foot back. You can curl your right knee in if you're in the chair, or lunge to the right. Deeply inhale, lengthen. Deeply exhale, drop down. I think I took an extra breath here. Take an inhale. That happens when I talk. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog, or neutral pose in the chair, just seated, hands on knees. Inhale, ripple your chest up or ripple forward. Little back bend, and then exhale back. Inhale. We're going to move the right foot again, but if you're in the chair, this is where it gets a little different. Your left knee comes up because we're finishing the first side. Exhale, drop down. Drop your forehead to your knee. Big inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Use the chair if you like with your hands. Exhale, drop down, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, neutral. Let's go, left side. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold, a little faster. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back or curl your left knee in, deeply inhale. Deeply exhale, curl your forehead to knee or deeply push into your left heel. Deeply inhale. Exhale, use your hands on your chair to step back into downward facing dog on the chair. Spread your fingers on the chair and exhale, drop your underarms towards the floor. Even if you don't want to do this whole sun salute, this is a great thing to do anyway. Inhale forward. Just either lift your chest or ripple all the way forward to an upward facing dog in the chair. Exhale back. Downward facing dog in the chair. And if you just want to rest and watch, that's totally fine too. We're on the left side, second side. So standing, the left foot comes forward. In the chair, right knee comes up, and then exhale, drop down into that stretch. Hold your forehead towards your knee if you're seated. Deeply inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Find the right distance from your chair. Exhale into a fold. You can fold right down with your forehead on the chair if that works, and then inhale, half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. And let's go. Let's come on up. Use your belly, energize it. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, neutral. Okay, number 4 is without the chair. But you can do any of those first 3 that we just did. Or you can do number 4 with me standing. This might take a few days or a few weeks to get to. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. The first part is exactly the same. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. This is where it's different. If you're seated, bring your right knee up to your chest. If you're on the floor, move your right foot back into a lunge. Exhale, deeply drop down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come to your resting pose. That's downward facing dog on the floor. It's neutral seated pose in the chair. Inhale, ripple forward in the chair, cow pose. On the floor, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog, standing, cat pose seated. And then here's where it gets different. If you're standing, bring your right foot forward. So we lunge on the other side. If you're seated, pull your left knee up. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Don't worry about the breaths here. You don't have to have the same breath as me or anybody else. It's your breath, it's your practice, it's your body. That's why we're here. Step your left foot forward. Everybody forward fold, extend legs. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, energize your belly. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, neutral. That's the first side. Inhale, second side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back or snuggle it in. Exhale, drop down. Big inhale here. Exhale, find your resting pose. Neutral pose in the chair, downward facing dog on the floor. Inhale, ripple forward. Cow pose in the chair, upward facing dog on the floor. Exhale, ripple back. We're doing the left side. So if you're standing, left foot comes forward. If you're seated, right knee comes up. Deeply inhale. Deeply exhale. Deeply inhale. Exhale. Step your feet together or extend them, forward fold. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Come on up. Exhale, neutral. Regain your chair if you're out of it. Come to seated, find your way into your body. Sometimes that kind of quick movement takes us a little bit out of our body. Deepen your breath, close your eyes, take a little relaxing breath. Feet on the floor. Best to practice this in bare feet, but if you've got socks, it's totally fine. You can still feel the floor. Spread your feet, spread your toes as much as you can. One more breath. Flutter your eyes open, smile a little bit. And let's take left hand to the seat and right hand up. I think we did this on Friday. And then bend to the left side. Take a breath here in a side bend. Breathe into your right side rib cage. Those ribs are very mobile right now because we did a lot of stretching. Deeply inhale, one more. Deeply exhale. Inhale, come up and over. Place your right hand back on your chair. Left hand comes up. And if you get right and left mixed up, don't worry about it as long as you do one once on either side. Exhale, bend to your right. Stretch your ribs and breathe into them. If you've been doing this for a while, you can also look at the ceiling under your tricep muscle here. Take a few breaths. Come back up to center. Find neutral again. It's all about neutral. Bring your fingertips to the back of your neck. Interlace, maybe the back of your head. You can decide. Some people like it on the neck. Some people like it the back of the head. Inhale, lift your chest. Elbows move away from each other as if there's a giant picking you up by the elbows. Exhale, down. Bring your elbows together. Curl your spine. Bring your elbows together between your legs. Find that lengthening in the tissue of your mid and upper back and your neck. Inhale, open. Really lift your chest, push your sits bones into the seat, and then exhale. So we're doing this on the breath again. This is a variation of cat-cow vinyasa. So we're inhaling open. Spread your elbows. And exhale, close. Maybe a little faster. Elbows come. Try to kiss your elbows in front of your face. Inhale, open a couple more times. Exhale, close. Last time. Big inhale. Open your elbows wide. Lift your chest. Hold here. Take a breath. One more breath. Big inhale. Imagine that giant, jolly green giant pulling you up by the elbows. And then exhale, release. Shrug your shoulders. Move your neck. Let's do a little bit of kayaking. So if you're not forward on your chair, come all the way forward on your chair and begin to draw circles with your shoulders. So as if you're paddling a kayak. Big, huge, and we're not involving our arms. So this is not front crawl. It's like our fingers are really heavy and they have weights on them and they're dangling in front of the chair. And we're drawing as if we have a crayon poking out the side of our shoulder. And we're drawing pictures on the wall. We're drawing circles on the wall, either side. Make them as big as you can, though, those circles. Even though you're not moving your arms, the circles are really big. Imagine like your favorite color crayon, whatever that is, and then reverse the circles. And you want to make the reverse circles even bigger. See if you can draw outside the lines of the first circle. Speed up a little. Deepen your breath. One more big, huge breath, a couple more kayaks. Those are your rotator cuffs that you're feeling there. Spread your feet on the floor, lay your fingers on your legs, take a resting breath. Let's do a little bit of collarbone work. Bring your fingertips to your collarbone. Let's do a little tapping. Tap your chest, tap your collarbone. Maybe tap up your neck. Tap up your vagus nerve. Deepen your breath while you're doing this. So we're getting all kinds of new blood flow here. Tap your chest a few more times and then bring those same fingers, the 4 fingers, to your collarbones. Just lay them on your collarbones as if you're going to play the piano on your collarbones. And now we're going to move our elbows out. And move the elbows in and notice the collarbones. So the collarbones come together as close as they can. The structure that's under your fingers is moving apart. I call these collarbone smiles. Move them as far apart as you can so you've got like a wide collarbone smile and then you're smiling them back in. A few more. If it helps to dip your fingers underneath your collarbone, you can do that too. Just notice the shape of it. Such a cool bone. It's all about stability, that collarbone. Come back to center. Hurts like Billy bejesus if you break it. Okay, wiggle it out. Take one more breath. Butterfly your eyes open. Let's take one elbow over our head and pull on it with the other. So this is one of those kind of classic stretches that you do in the gym, right? That you hold on to one elbow and you have the other one up. Let's take it a little further. Let's take it into a yoga stretch. Spread your feet on the floor, widen your toes. Walk your feet a little bit apart so they're hip width apart. Solid up your lower body. That means energize your toes, energize your legs, energize your low belly. So this is going to protect your low back. And then bend over towards the left, towards the arm that's up overhead, that's pulling on your elbow. So keep pulling your elbow until you have a little bit of a bend. If you have a low back sensitivity, you need to be really careful about this. You need to be holding this entirely in your belly, and even that might not be enough. So you don't go over very far, just a tiny bit. You're already getting shoulder flexibility here, right? One more breath. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's really windmill our arms up and around. So the other arm's going to come up, left arm's going to come up, grab the left elbow. Take a breath or two to just do that typical kind of stretch, and then really lean your feet into the floor, solid up your belly, solid up your legs, and then lean to the right. Just keep pulling on that elbow so you get a little bit of a side stretch. Breathe into your left ribs now. Big inhale, big exhale. Windmill your arms back. Extend your legs in front of you and take a forward fold. This is normal. This is coming to the new normal. So we gain a little bit of flexibility, a little range of motion, and then we take a resting pose. Deeply inhale. Deeply exhale. We need to kind of give our fascia a break. We don't want to return to the old patterns. We've been doing that all our lives. One more breath. Like this morning, I got this crazy massage and he changed everything around in my body, and then I went and played squash. And that's not probably the smartest thing to do in terms of the new normal, because he gave me a new normal, come up to neutral. He gave me a new normal, and then I went back and did some exercise and probably went back into my old patterns. But anyway, it was fun. Slide your shoulders apart, slide your collarbones apart, take a breath in the new normal. Do a little bit of neck work now. Inhale your right hand up and over and grab your left ear. Drop your left fingertips towards the floor. Spread your right fingertips really wide on your head, and then begin to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. When you do that, take your left arm and push it down towards the floor as if someone's holding, as if you have a servant and they're holding a big glove, like a big high glove like they were in Downton Abbey, and push your left hand all the way into that glove, and then keep pushing. Push towards the floor, push, push. You'll feel all sorts of excitement, extra excitement on the side of your neck. Take one more breath here, keep pushing. Gently release your right hand. Come back up to neutral. Feel the new normal. And then inhale your left arm up and over. Spread your fingers out on your head. I know that sounds like a funny thing and doesn't seem necessary, but it actually really helps. Take your middle finger, go right inside the tip of your ear if you can. Spread your fingers wide and lean into the fingertips. Liven up your fingertips. This really helps your shoulders. And now take your right hand, first pull your left ear gently towards your left shoulder. Just gently. Feeling the stretchy tissues, being grateful for the stretch in our tissues. Now the right hand goes into the glove. Face your fingers, move your fingers towards the floor, especially your third finger. Really reaches towards the floor here. Take a breath, push towards the floor. These are your sternocleidomastoid muscles that you're feeling in your neck. Very hardworking little muscles supporting your heavy, heavy head. One more breath. Come gently back up to center. Bring your hands to neutral, the new normal. Take an inhale, exhale. Let's do one more thing. Inhale your arms overhead, face your hands forward like jazz hands, spread your fingers, and reach for something on the top shelf with your right hand, and then your left hand. And you can do this with the breath. Inhale, reach for something, top shelf, lift your right bum right off the chair, you're reaching so high, and exhale down. Now inhale, left hand high. really reach. This means that next time you actually reach to get something off the shelf, you will not hurt yourself. Inhale, reach with your right arm, just like you're short like me and you have to ask your kids to get you stuff. Inhale, but first you try and get it really hard. You try to get it, but then you know you can't release. One more time each side. Reach the tips of your fingers really high. Stretching out. One more time. Other side. Really reach. Just pretend you got something you really want on that top shelf. It's chocolate or something. Exhale, release. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Extend your legs in front of you. Forward fold. Maybe a bent legged forward fold if that's more comfortable. Take an inhale, exhale. Gently come back up to seated, neutral posture. And now make your way back to the third position, all the way back. So your back's against your chair. You feel the front of your chair against the backs of your knees. So if you can touch the floor, that's awesome. If your feet are hanging, that's totally fine. Close your eyes. Steady out your breath in and out through your nose. And soften your toes, the tops of your feet. Soften your ankles. You can soften the actual bones. Soften your shins. That's your tibia and your fibula for anyone who's interested. Puddle the muscles of your calves. Relax in particular and soften the soft mass behind each knee. Can you feel it on the chair? Can you let it get really soft? Soften and puddle the muscles of your upper legs, really big muscles. Usually we're holding here almost all the time that we're awake. See if you can release the holding. Let the muscles and the skin and the fat and all the layers just slide off the bone. Get as heavy in your chair as you could possibly be. And then soften your whole pelvis. See if you can locate your pelvic floor and just soften in. Drop in. Relax in. Takes practice. Soften and release the muscles of your trunk. All those hard-working muscles. Muscles around the ribs, muscles along the back. Those big sheet-like muscles along the back of your body. Release them as best you can. Soften the heads of your shoulders, the round parts of your shoulders. Slide your collarbones outward as we did and settle your shoulders towards your chair as if they are made of lead. Soften and release your arms. Feel your heavy fingers. You can flip your hands so that your palms face the ceiling and then make your hands even heavier when you do that. Swallow gently and then soften the muscles of your throat and your jaw and your face. Soften your right eyebrow and your left eyebrow and slide them apart so you have this open, soft forehead. Take a breath here into your full, soft body. Hold your entire body in your intention and your attention. Take another breath. Begin to smile your face, begin to open your eyes, begin to move your toes and your fingers and your shoulders, your wrists and your ankles. Take any little movement, stretch your arms overhead like a cat. It was wonderful to see everyone today. Thank you so much for joining me.